Hypersay will need to change some of its methods if it wants to gain capital in the upcoming years. The organization needs to create new ways of experience to achieve success within the English market. Hypersay would allow the user to make presentations by linking up to Microsoft PowerPoint. What makes it so interactive is the live stream content, which helps sharing presentations with the audience by linking up to their devices. Customers are assigned a unique access code with their audience in order to give them access to the creator's presentation. Consumers also have the ability to magnify the use of the product by using presentation from the cloud, either by rectifying or creating new presentations. The software allows clients to ask open questions in real life. The spectators also have access to taking down notes privately and also receive them via the email. The broadcasters are able to follow up on their audience through private chat and stay in contact. This presentation will describe several changes the company will have to go through in order to stay competitive within the market. Hypersay must change its methods when it comes to the pricing strategy, emotive experience, and as well as corporate markets. There will also be helpful suggestions which will help Hypersay implement these new methods.
As Brian Daly, Hypersay's commercial director, said in one of our meetings, is currently they're not trying to focus on revenue, but rather on growth, as they have to get the people to come and stick to their services. Currently, Hypersay has multiple offerings, of which one is free and the rest are paid. Depending on what kind of service you need, you will pay for each of the different segments. Now, if you follow me, I'll explain you a little bit more. To solve this problem, we think maybe you could have a starting price and then charge per additional customer who will be watching and partaking in the presentation. Another idea we suggest that could be implemented would be giving a free trial period. A free trial period would be a good idea because the people actually get to see what they will be paying for in the future. Once the service runs out after, say, 2 to 3 months and they've created a few of the presentations, all of a sudden they will realize what they were missing once they don't have it anymore. This way they're more likely to go back and purchase the premiums rather than staying with the free version. This way you convert the free customer into a paying customer. Lastly, we would also suggest to implement a referral code which you can send to your friends. If you send it to your friends, you get an additional 2 weeks of free trial period. This will get your friends, colleagues, family start talking about your services, and everyone profits because they get to use the premium version for 2 weeks longer. Now, once you've covered your fixed costs with being able to pay all of your employees, we think you should slowly start from looking at growth to looking at revenue, but still try and keep growing on the side by having referral codes, trial periods, and more advertisements implemented to get the people talking about the service, to get them hooked, and to make them stay. Now, on to my colleague who will explain to you a little bit more.
The emotional experience of Hypersay is strictly dependent on two key factors. The first one is the graphical interface, and the second one is the features that Hypersay has to offer to their users. Regarding the graphical interface, we have found that both the first page and the uploading page is very intuitive and user-friendly. However, we have seen that Hypersay is presenting too many prompts that can distract the users instead of focusing him to creating a new profile. For this reason, we would advise Hypersay to put less items on their first page. Regarding the features, we have found that Hypersay is presenting very valuable features for both the free version and the pro version, for the educational system and for the corporate. However, we would advise Hypersay to present some new features that are more relevant for both parties. For this reason, we would advise Hypersay to implement a peer-to-peer communication where two parties during a presentation can communicate by themselves, of course, regarding the presentation, and a 3D modeling where that can be used either for educational purposes, especially in engineering universities, for example, and for corporate industry, for cars manufacturing or project planning.
Marketing to US and Europe is extremely important. They have some of the most highest income recorded in the world. The reason why you want to market to US and Europe is because the purchasing power is extremely significant because of the high income. The way to market to these nations is by placing an ad on YouTube. By placing an ad on YouTube, it will show users that Hypersay is a serious platform and they take their business seriously. Secondly, another reason why is because the internet usage in Europe and US is extremely high, so more people rely on the internet for everyday ads and news. That's for presentations. For corporate training, Hypersay should go into corporations and show many multinational companies their software. By showing them the software, Hypersay can implement it within companies and persuade companies to buy it. By doing this, Hypersay is making the life of multinational companies more easier. By making the client's life more easier, it makes them purchase more and more. For example, for corporate trainings, manual assistants do not need to be there to train new recruits on how the company works. Hypersay can just teach them how to train for it. By using its software, employees can use the software and there is no work required. So it makes companies more efficient. That means companies will buy Hypersay's software. Lastly, for town hall meetings, for people who are going abroad, they can still attend that, and they should show multiple councils and multiple politician towns about this because they have a busy lifestyle and a lot of them go abroad. This means that by showing them how other people can attend the meeting by abroad, it will be more convenient for the town, the council, and many political offices because everybody can attend the meeting and agendas can be finished. Now, marketing is extremely important in Hypersay, and you need to have a proper budget for marketing. The marketing budget I propose is £2,000 to market. This will help Hypersay place an ad on Facebook and on YouTube. But the reason why you should place an ad on Facebook is because the most users of corporate employees is Facebook. By targeting the demographic using Facebook, it creates more awareness of the clients and the consumers' usage of what Hypersay is and its usage. Another way to target corporate markets is by using influencers, such as a YouTube channel called VisualPolitic.en. This is a YouTube channel that talks about different economies around the world, and many corporations watch it. This means that by attracting VisualPolitic.en and hiring its services to promote Hypersay, clients and consumers of Hypersay will be more aware of its platform.
Therefore, by changing methods of pricing strategy, enhancing emotive experiences, and along with applying different methods of corporate markets, Hypersay will face success in the upcoming years. At the moment, Hypersay should focus on the internal issues and use the given advice to resolve its conflicts. Hypersay will need more investment in order to promote the suggestions mentioned in order to stay competitive and alive in the United States and the United Kingdom. Hypersay has great potential and triumph in many markets around the globe. They must be careful and analyze every decision they take to avoid any future liabilities. Thank you.